Martini, you have worked so hard to prepare for today's session. So what I want to do is just go through just a quick intro while we wait for more people to come in, right? I can see more people in the waiting room. So let me let them all in. Yeah. Hi. That's wonderful. This is cool. Okay, so welcome to a session with career success stories featuring Minimize with Joy. And I just realized Martini just told me minimize with the Z, not the S. So let's remember that. But nonetheless, it's pronounced the same. I think we all get the idea. This is something so close to my heart because I've always wanted to learn more about this. I've heard about the main organization that Martini is certified with as well. And of course, we all know Marie Kondo, or at least heard of it. So today we are so blessed because we are going to learn more about it. So I really want to thank Martini. Thank you so much for spending your time here with us and for your generous sharing. So for those of you who are hearing this and watching this for the first time, my name's Eileen. I run a very active coaching service. I also work with two groups of professionals. One are individuals like yourself. With your, oh, okay. I would just like to mute all. Okay. So with your, with your career journey itself, and then also the other group are employers and also HR folks whom I just met actually recently, only yesterday. So teaching them about what are some of the hiring practices as well as employee engagement, and finally, on performance management and how they can also, stay in touch with professionals so that they can bring them on, okay, as future talent. So today's, session can be viewed live. And for those of you who have missed, in fact, Martini, I've received emails of individuals who wanted to attend, but they can't attend. So I've also mentioned that we can actually watch this recording on our YouTube channel. And please follow us on LinkedIn, on our LinkedIn page, because we're going to be sharing a lot more information as well. So as with most things, what we want to do, and for those of you who have been following us, because I see so many familiar names in Zoom with us today, so please, it's really, we want to bring on individuals and also entrepreneurs. So this is a new track that we have started, December last year, with the ACE organization. So we want to encourage everyone to also consider options. And today's option is about /career. So for those of you who joined us last week in fact, not last week, when was it? Monday, right? It's so recent, Martini. Yeah, Monday?
Yeah, Monday, yes.
So Martini actually spoke on Monday about, her own career journey. And then also she mentioned this word /career. I know. I was so surprised. I said, what is this term /career? So she explained it, and we are so fortunate because she is going to walk through with us her own /career, which is Minimize with Joy. For those who are not on our mailing list, you can still join our mailing list. So this is the link to join us to get invites to future events. So I'm going to talk less, stop right here and pass you over to Martini. And thank you so much for your questions. So we'll try, Martini, to address as many questions as possible. But I've seen her deck. She has so much to share. Okay, Eileen, keep quiet. Over to you.
Okay, thanks, Eileen. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So nice to have all of you online here with us. So first, let me share my screen first. Can I check all of you can see my screen sharing?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, good. So firstly, let me start. My name is Martini Constance. So as Eileen mentioned, so on Monday, actually we had one session together with Eileen and WSG on the tips on excelling the contract role. So I also share about the /career. So home organizing consultant is my /career. So I have a full-time job, which is as a project manager. So normally when I introduce myself, I will say I'm a project manager home organizing consultant. So that slash is actually referring to the slash career. So I love tidying and organizing since I was small. So because of this interest, and then I came across this so-called KonMarie Marie Kondo. So some of you maybe already know who is Marie Kondo, but maybe some don't know yet. So I'll share more about Marie Kondo later and about the KonMari method, how to tidying up your home. So I took the opportunity actually last 2 years ago to sign up a certified KonMari consultation certification. So I obtained the certification so I can actually teach people to do home organizing using the KonMari method. Yeah, with that, then I founded the Minimise with Joy to provide these services. So the free questions that we received, some people actually asking about their interests to more about slash career, right? So actually slash career is about doing something beside your full-time job, something that really you enjoy doing and also give you supplemental income. So this is a trend actually in like Taiwan or in Hong Kong, but not much aware in Singapore currently. So that's why I shared this a lot. So if any of you who has actually didn't join us on the Monday, right? You can actually, Eileen is going to upload our recording on the YouTube channel. So on her The Art of Career YouTube channel. So follow, subscribe her channel, and then when she upload, you'll get the notification. So you can find out more from that recording.
Yes, absolutely. And also I mentioned about the organization, ACE organization that's supporting, budding entrepreneurs. So please do that. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
I think you got a ready client in the chat. Someone says they want to know your charges.
Okay.
So we skip the deck. No. Go ahead,
so you can actually refer to my website for that charges information. Okay. Yes. So let me start. Okay, so this is actually a screenshot of one of the contact form in my website for people who want to connect with me. So if you notice, actually this is request by Eileen asked me to include this. So this is something, a gentle reminder before we start this webinar. So I'm a professional organizer. I'm not a cleaner. Okay, so many people
I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so actually I'm providing the tidying and organizing services, and tidying and organizing is actually different with cleaning. So today what I want to share more to all of you is about organizing and tidying, not about cleaning. Yeah, so this is a gentle reminder before we start.
Yeah, that's the first thing that caught my eye when I visited, Minimise with Joy website. And then I was reading, I was thinking, oh my, I think during CNY, she must have received a lot of requests saying that, can you come over to my house to do a general cleaning or something? Oh no. So this is a good caveat.
Yeah. Thanks.
Wonderful.
So let me continue. I'll start with let's share with everyone the scenario. In what scenario actually my clients or people actually reach out to me to organizing their home. So this is all a real story, which is my clients. So I'll share a quick one, which is the scenario, the common scenario people will reach out to me is, for example, the first one is when they move to a smaller house. So for example, there was one client, they are moving from a 5-room HDB into a 2-bedrooms condo. So they are actually moving from a bigger house to a smaller house. So that's why they are reaching out to me. Another story is they are moving to a bigger house. So maybe you're like, move to a bigger house, why need to organize? They should have more spaces, right? But for this scenario, actually a bit different. Actually, they are moving from a condo to a landed house, and it's a very big landed house, 3 stories landed house with a swimming pool.
Yeah.
So I'll share more about this later in my slides.
Okay.
Yes. And then need to help organize for parents. So there's one client reached out to me and told me that my mom is a hoarder and I need help because the home is so messy.
The mom is a hoarder. Oh gosh.
So another is welcoming a new family member because they are welcoming a new baby. So they want to actually organize the home and to have a room for the baby. Major life changes. So there was a client actually reached out to me. She just got a stroke, and she told me that she reached out to me when she contacted me actually one day after she discharged from hospital. So she told me that she was very happy that she can come back home because she thought that she would not be back home. So then she want to start to organize her home. I'll share more about this story later. So relocating to overseas, also a client reached out to me, and because going to relocating back to his home country, but he doesn't want to bring back all the things from Singapore, but he doesn't know how to start. So that's how he reached out to me.
Interesting. Never heard of that. I thought, very easy. Just throw everything away. No,
because he wants to bring only things that he will need to his new home. Yeah. So, and very common reason for reaching out to me is that they don't know how to start and where to start. Although very keen to organize the home, but just don't know how to start and where to start.
I know.
Okay.
Me guilty as well.
So these are the 7 scenarios, stories, which I'll share more detail later. Okay. So, and I was honored to be featured in the few local media. And this one of them is Straits Times Live, which is last year. So if you notice, the title is actually helping to diminish domestic tensions. So why? Because actually I shared with the journalist in one of the example, which is my client, a couple was actually debating where to store the onions in the kitchen. The husband wanted to store it in a drawer, and the wife said, no, cannot, because you need to store it in an open space, cannot store it in a closed space, right? So then I was there. So as a neutral person, as a third party, so I stepped in and agree with the wife that it's supposed to store in the open space, because onion you can't store in the closed space for too long. Yep. So, and then both of them accept my suggestions. Because why? Because I'm actually a third party coming in with a neutral point, so they don't really feel like I'm siding to anyone. So this is one of the example why has a home organizing consultant helping to diminish the domestic tensions as well. So not just about onions, even I have other clients like hand wash. The hand wash, where should we put the hand wash, on the left or on the right? So there was also debating also. So when there's a third party coming in to help them, then it will be easier for them to resolve those. Yeah.
That's really interesting. Yeah, I'm biased.
Yeah. Okay, so recently I just found notice that actually there's increasing of interest in terms of home organizing in corporate as well. So I had a few corporate and community talks. So especially for this tool, actually they engaged me January before spring cleaning. So they want to share, teach the employees like how to do organizing and decluttering before Chinese New Year, as they are starting the home spring cleaning. So there was interest in this part as well, to provide a talk for a bigger group.
Actually, Martini, I was thinking that, for those of us who are interested, to consider a / career, invariably we will end up having to set up a home office at home, right? Apart from, being gainfully employed and working for, another company where we set up a little work from home space. I'm really talking about where you have your own business and then you have to create a space. Over time, you will also really clutter up. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. This is good.
Yeah. So what do I do exactly? There is one question also, what do home organizing consultants do? Actually, I help people to bring back their life by putting their home in order. So this is a quote from Marie Kondo, which I like it very much. Declutter your home, declutter your mind, and declutter your life. So by doing decluttering, organizing your home, is really bring an impact to you personally in your mind, and also may transform your life as well. So I'll share more story about the transformations to people who actually start to do organizing and decluttering their home. So as mentioned, there are 7 stories I want to quick share with everyone. The stories is a real life stories that I experienced from the people who actually I work with. So the first is move to a smaller house. So as mentioned that they are actually moving, it's a family of 3 moving to from a 5-room HDB flat to a 2-bedder condo. So there are way too much things to move to the new house. So they already actually engaged me only after they already moved into the new house, and everything was packed in the carton box, and they don't know where to store because really not enough spaces. So this is what I did was actually we tidy in one shot all the living room area, kitchen and balcony. So this happened last Sunday only. So I spent around 7 hours with them to in one shot to tidy all these areas. So one thing actually to notice, maybe if you are considering moving house, right, I would suggest you start the decluttering in your current existing house first before you move to your new house. So then you will only bring items that you really need into your new house, then you can start to organize it. Rather than you bring everything to your new house, and then if the space is much smaller, then you won't have much space to store all of them and will become very cluttered. Yeah, so this is one of the scenarios, a story. The other one is a move to a bigger house. So this family actually moving from a condo into a landed house, and it's a very nice, a pretty landed house, 3-story and with a swimming pool. And she also have 2 helpers, but somehow because helper normally the task is do cleaning, right? So she may not have the expertise in terms of how to organize the home. So turn up, the home is actually very messy, although it's a very big house. And because of the design of the house, somehow it was designed with a very limited storage cabinet. So that's how that's why they actually unable to really store and organize their items. So my client actually reached out to me, and she told me that the architect somehow they designed it, maybe want to have a very sophisticated artistic way design of the house. So there's very limited storage cabinet. So what I did is actually I trained the helpers. Throughout the organizing process, I trained the helpers so that they can maintain to organize the home. And also we did a visual decluttering. So what is visual decluttering? So visual decluttering is actually, because there's limited storage cabinet, you only can try to do a hiding to hide the cluttered view. Like for example, we try to hide the cables, because and then we try to find a big box, a nice big box to store the things. So it's actually visual decluttering. So this is something interesting as well to people. If some of you are actually currently designing your new home, working with interior designer, you should also start to consider the storage spaces as well. So recently, just one lead actually connected to me. So he is actually designing his home with an interior designer. So he come and get my advice or suggestions on how he can actually better design the house for storing and organizing his home in the future. So this is something you may want to consider if you're actually currently planning to moving a new house and designing a new house.
So interesting. Yeah, all the reasons why people reach out to you, I find intriguing.
Yeah. So the third story, yeah, this is the one that my client reached out to me, say, my mom is a hoarder, please help me. So this story actually is very heartwarming story. Why? Because once I reach out to the home, right, the mom is actually very supportive and very cooperative with me in the decluttering and organizing. And every time that she is choosing what to keep and what to discard, her focus is on her son. So she will tell me, like, for example, when we are organizing, choosing what to, her clothing, sorting out her clothing, she was told me that, oh, this dress, my son say I wear it very nice, so I will keep it. This dress, my son say I don't look nice. If I wear it, I will just throw. Oh, this is bought by my son for me. I cannot throw, although I cannot wear anymore. So it's something that's sparking joy to her because this is from her son. So throughout the process, I realized that the mom actually loved the son very much, and also the son actually loved the mom, his mom very much. Although there's a little tension here and there throughout the process, but in the end, we managed to declutter the home, and I hope that actually that the end result actually strengthened the family relationship. Yeah. So this is one of the very heartwarming client that I have encountered with. Another story is a welcoming a new family member. So they want to repurpose a guest room to a baby room. So actually this client, he reached out to me before actually the wife expecting a baby, but he told me that they are planning to have a second baby. And then he has reached out to me to organize different area of the home. He normally engage me like every 2 to 3 weeks. And then in the last second session, he told me that Martini, my wife is expecting now. So they are very happy that they are planning and it comes true that they're actually expecting a second baby.
Wow. You not
Yeah.
only resolve, arguments, you also bring, good omen to them.
So they are very happy that they cleared the guest room and then to repurpose it as a baby room. So of course what I did, helping them to finding home for each of the item in the guest room to other area of the room. Yeah.
Amazing.
The fifth story is about the major life changes. So this one is the lady who actually suffered stroke, and actually she is now on a wheelchair. And this is my ongoing project, which is I had one session with her already last 2 weeks ago. So I helped her to actually organize the pantry area so that is easier for her to access with a wheelchair. So she said that she want to have a very wheelchair friendly home office, because now she has a very difficult, because of using the wheelchair, have difficulty to access certain things at home. So that will be my next task to work with her in the next couple of weeks to repurpose her current home office in a more accessible wheelchair friendly home office. Yeah. So she shared with me that because of this stroke, right? So she thought that she won't be back home, but once she back home, she immediately the next day she was searching for home organizing consultant, and she contacted me that she want to organize her home for her family. The sixth story is about relocating to overseas. So there is this expatriate. He actually has been living in Singapore for a couple of years, and then he decided to move back to his home country. So then he doesn't want to bring all the things back to his home country, because he has built a nice new home in his home country. So he just wants to bring things that he really need, but he doesn't know how to start and where to start. So that's how he actually reached out to me for this. And yeah, so I managed to help him to go through all the items in the home, and then he was very happy to have the things that he really can bring back to his home country. The seventh story, this is about don't know how to start, where to start. So this is a lady. So she moved into a new home, and but he has been living with the packed carton boxes for not more than 6 months before he reached out to me. So he moved in like mid of last year, and then she reached out to me in December. So she actually newly renovated the home, but she didn't feel homely at all. Yeah, so she reached out to me. The first time I reached to her home is everything is in boxes, in the kitchen, in the living room, in the bedroom, in the storeroom. So she just too busy because she worked from home. She doesn't know how to get it started. So we gone through about 3 sessions with her. So in the end, she told me that finally she felt that the first time she felt very homey after she moved into the house. Yeah. So these are stories.
No, I was just thinking, because you mentioned 3 sessions with her, naturally these 3 sessions are discussions and you're consulting or giving, no?
3 sessions is doing the home organizing.
Oh, because Chinky actually has a question, and the question is if decluttering can be done in 1 round or maybe 2 to 3 rounds. So maybe was that your answer? Depends.
Depends how many things do you have, the volume of the items do you have. Okay, that's the first. And second is how fast you can choose what you want to keep, because the process of choosing what you want to keep is really you have to decide. I can't decide on your behalf. Although there was a client very funny, he said, Martini, you can decide what to keep, what to discard. I said, no, I can't decide on your behalf, because to him it's like those things are already there for like years. To him it's like I don't use it, so actually you can throw it. But to me it's like that's your belonging. I can't decide on your behalf. You still have to decide by yourself. Yeah. So to answer the question, it really depends how many items, the volume of the item you have, and then how fast you can do the joy checking. I'll share more about the joy checking later.
That's very nice. That's cool. Yeah, and Chenki say thanks for the tip. Now I'm curious about Chenki's decision-making speed, whether it's fast or not.
Just to jump in, I actually did 1 round when COVID started. the whole house. Then right now I'm in version 2, meaning that I want to so-called right space them, as in sometimes certain things are put separately. Now I want to change the way things are organized. So yeah, so that's why I attend, just to get some tips how to make it perhaps more efficient. Yeah.
Okay. So KonMarie method is the method which I think you can make a reference to, because it mentions that you have things stored in a different location. So with KonMarie method, actually later I'll share more about how actually you can organize the thing that is similar in one area. So we'll ease the maintenance as well.
And if I can just squeeze in one more question, because Mary actually asked this question and she was curious to know, are there other methods as well, right? Are there other methods? So I think you might have some answers there, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
I'll answer this in the next later, because I have one part of discussing about this one. Okay. So just to share a few clients' testimonials. So this is one client told me that actually we had 3 sessions. So he said that he couldn't have done this by just reading the books or watching the videos. Yeah. So to some people, maybe they can actually learn it from reading the books from Marie Kondo, for example, or watching the Netflix video from Marie Kondo. But some people actually need one-to-one coaching to have to show them step by step. So different people have different way of doing it. So it's really different by people. Yeah. So this client is actually because of COVID, so need to work from home. So he engaged me. He is the person who asked me to make decisions for him to choose what to get, what to discard. So in the end, I actually managed to help him to set up his home office. So he was very happy and said that now he feels very happy to work from home. Yeah, and this is from Vin. So she actually thanked me that for bringing her life back in track. Because this is the lady who actually has that moving to a new house, but don't know how to start the decluttering and organizing. Yeah. So these are a few testimonies to share.
Very, very nice. Chinky says that there's a Marie Kondo comic book as well. I didn't know.
Yes, there is.
The kids from young, maybe.
It's very interesting, and this book you can actually borrow it from National Library. They have also, and there's an online version as well from National Library, so you can actually borrow from the online as well. It's very interesting.
Okay, V asked this question: do you have any pictures of how people started and ended after your consultation?
Yes, yeah. So I will share a few photos in this session, or you can actually refer to my Facebook page or Instagram, which I have uploaded some of the photos of my clients' organizing process and video as well. So you can refer to that for my account. Yeah, or even my website, I have a few photos as well.
Right. Okay.
So from the questions that we received, there is one question about what does a home organizing consultant actually do? Okay, so actually I listed out the high level process. Normally someone reach out to me, so what are the process that we will go through? So we'll start with the initial virtual consultation. So this is complimentary, so we get into a call or Zoom call if needed to understand your needs and your challenges. Okay, so and then after that, once it's confirmed the sessions in the tidying sessions itself. So when I say sessions, it's referring to the actual tidying session. Okay, first I do a house tour to understand your habits and also your preference and also your available storage area as well. So like client normally to share his or her ideal lifestyle. So this is very important. What is the end goal that you want to achieve? So that then we can work together towards that. And then we'll start with decluttering and then organizing. So at the end of the sessions of organizing, right? So create a system that is practical, sustainable way for maintenance. And of course, according to KonMarie method, the aim is actually to help clients to live a more joyful life after they actually declutter and organize their home. So this is just to give you an overview of the process, high level process, what will be involved on the steps.
So I like this because the question were, one of the question was how to get started. And then after completing one round, what's next, right? So I like this flow chart.
Thanks. Okay. So now we'll go into the KonMarie method. Okay. So more detail about how to do a KonMarie method. So just now Eileen also asked the question, is there other method other than KonMarie method, right? So maybe most of you have heard about minimalism, a concept of home organizing. So another one is in Japanese, it's called dansari, and in Chinese, it's called 断舍离. So they are also the approach of home organizing, but KonMarie method is a bit different. So let me take an example. So for example, a cup, okay, a cup. So I had heard a case of example that in the minimalist, someone who is actually using the minimalism approach is that in her home only have one cup, a measurement cup for everything, because want to keep things minimal. So then the same cup will be used for drinking, beverages, for measuring anything. There's only one cup. But to me, KonMarie method is about keeping things that spark joy to you. Okay. So for me at home, I have a few different cups. Cups for coffee, cup for tea, cup for juices, because they're sparking joy to me whenever I drink those different beverages.
Indeed, yeah, some specialized tea cups, coffee mugs that inspire joy, right? Even without contents in it. No,
yeah,
it's the aroma that's nice.
So that's the essence about KonMarie method, is about you keeping what is really sparking joy to you, make you feel happy, rather than to keep the things that make you feel burden or guilt. Okay, so rather than to keep things minimum, but to keep things that spark joy to you, that's about Marie Kondo method.
I like that differentiation. That's very good.
So while we say a lot about Marie Kondo and KonMarie, so to some of you maybe don't know who is actually Marie Kondo. So she's a Japanese. She's currently living in US with her family. So she wrote 3 books, and of course, according to Hwee Ching, is like one of the comic as well, which is she's the author of these books. And then she also has Netflix series as well about home organizing. So if let's say you have not watched the Netflix series, go ahead and actually search for that and watch it. It will be very fun, and you can learn a few tips on organizing from the Netflix series as well. Okay, so there is this picture, which is I want to ask all of you, ask yourself, if this is your home, what would you feel? So can you please type in your chat box, what would you feel if this is your home? If everything you wake up and then you see these are the scenes, or this is your home office, what would you feel? Can you please type on the chat box, so let us know what do you feel?
Your emotions.
Yes.
Tell us your emotions when you first look at this. Ella says stress, difficult to find things. Chinky say, yeah, where to find things. Some are really good, they can just close your eyes and take. No. What else? Yeah. What does everybody feel?
What do you feel? Some people will actually feel very agitated. Most of my clients feedback, or some will feel like actually it's not healthy. It's,
okay. Floyd, you're terrible, Floyd. Floyd say my voodoo doll is missing. Terrible. JN say will get nagged. Berlinda say panic. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the emotions that you can feel if you're living in a home that in this scenario, in this stage, right? So those the negative mood will also actually come in and then impact your lifestyle and life as well. Yeah. So Mary said dust. Yeah, definitely you accumulate a lot of dust, right? Okay. So let me move on. Okay, so this is one example of photos from my client. So the before and after. So what do you notice of the before and after photo? So as you can see, what I did, maybe I'll share more about what I did between this before and after. So if you notice, the use where jeans is hanging there here, towel is hanging here, and then she actually cannot close the wardrobe door. So ideally, you should close the wardrobe door to prevent any dust, right? So that's one. We move out the towel supposed to be where it is. So towel should be supposed to be in the washroom, or if needed into store in the bedroom, then you may hang it at the back of the door, for example. Jeans, and also clothing that you already wear is good separate. Don't keep it together with your clean clothing because there is a dust and also germ as well, right? So don't keep them together. So if you notice, right, there are two big boxes here which I move from bottom to the up. What are they? So if the items that is actually seldom used or not need to be used daily, right? So you can store it at the upper level because so for these two boxes, for example, the one is actually winter clothing. So winter clothing is something that you don't use it daily, right? So you can store it up upper level, and then the other box is actually like bed sheet items which you don't use it daily. And then if you notice, we folded most of the clothing. So the principle of Marie Kondo is try to fold as much as you can, because by folding the clothing, you actually maximize the space, and hang only the clothing is really need to hang. Okay, so these are the method, and we actually, for example, at the bottom level, we store items that like shirts or shorts that she can reach out easily for her daily use. So these are just a few tips on how we organize. So there is a system created on where to keep the things, and that is actually created the system that is works for the persons.
V was commenting that you know, we need to also change our habits, right, in the process of organizing our home. And also V was saying that struggle with keeping things away in boxes, because there's one downside, which is what you don't see, you don't know, and then you don't use.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
So for this, yeah, exactly. So for these two boxes are things that she knows, which is the bedsheet as winter clothing, right? But an alternative solution is you can label it. Okay, you can label it so you will know what exactly is inside the box. Yeah. Okay. So so now I'll explain more about KonMarie method. So what is KonMarie method? So KonMarie method is actually about tidying in one shot, okay, and completely, as quickly and completely as possible. So there are one questions about why people keep failing in organizing, because they didn't tidy in one shot. They maybe say today I'll tidy a bit of here, this drawer, this wardrobe. Tomorrow I tidy a bit of there. So it's not you don't do it in one shot. You will like exhausted and you just give up. Okay, so in KonMarie, we also encourage tidying by category, not by location. So for example, I'll share more about what are the categories later. So like, for example, clothing is one of the categories. So some people actually storing clothing in different area of the home, in the bedroom, in the not kitchen, in the living room, maybe another room, clothing everywhere. Okay, if you do tidying by locations, today you tidying your master bedroom, for example, so you go through all the things in master bedroom, then the next day when you go to the common room, you see the clothing again, so then you need to tidying the clothing again. So it's never ending and you feel very exhausted. So tidying by category is for clothing. Gather all the clothing from everywhere in your house, gather them, and then do the tidying at one go for all the clothing. So that way will actually first thing to encourage you to continue, because you finish one category, you feel the satisfaction of accomplishment. And it's also, you won't need to repeat the same category again. So that's why we encourage tidying by category. Okay, the third item is choose what to keep, not to discard. Keep only things that bring you joy. So joy check. So this is one term used in KonMarie method, joy checking, which is choose what to keep. Okay, so many people think that, oh, I need to declutter, meaning I need to throw things. So then that's part of the decluttering. Actually, according to KonMarie method, it's about choose what you want to keep. Choose things that sparking joy to you. Okay, so if let's say you focus too much on what to discard, then you'll be focused on the negative. Like for example, oh, this one I don't like it, I throw. This one I hate it, I throw. This one is ugly, I throw. So all your mind will be with all the negative things. But if you do it in another way, choose things that you want to keep. Oh, this one I like it. I like to wear it, very comfortable for me, so I keep. This one is something that I really enjoy using, for example, then you can keep. So your focus will be more on positivity items. So those that in the end you didn't choose to keep, then those are the things that you need to discard. So that's about Marie Kondo part.
How about KIV basket? Like, I like throw and then KIV can't decide.
Actually, there are. So because sometimes they just couldn't decide whether to keep or to discard. So I will advise, okay, what about you put in a KIV area, one area first. Later we come back and go through it. But
Okay.
you come back and go through it, not that to keep it there forever, that it will be forever KIV there.
Oops.
Yeah, so the last part is to give each item, every item a home. So this is a principle about the KonMarie method as well. Everything in our home, every item needs to have a home, a dedicated home. And after you use them, you need to return them back to the home. So that's the way that how we maintain it. So there was questions, right? How to make it as a decluttering as a habit. So this is a concept which is you can try. Each of the first, you need to find a home for each of the every item. Okay. So and then after that, every time you use the item, you need to return back to its home. Don't leave it somewhere else because then it will get messy. So if you continue.
What I found interesting is because you mentioned here, start by category and not by location. Wow, I've always been approaching by location, not by category. Huh? Yeah, and Mary asked, what if everything you have there you want to keep? Oh no.
Okay, so then depends on how much things, and also then if those are the things that really spark joy to you, okay, of course you can keep. Then the next step is how we organize it.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes.
So
then that means got to revisit your flow again. Yeah.
Yes. To maintain it, the habit, right? So I just want to add one thing is once you have given everything a home, right? To maintain habit is one tips you can do is every night before you go to bed, walk one round your home. See anything is not in its home, put it back. Okay, so make it a habit to do this. The next day when you wake up, your home is neat and tidy. So this is something you want, right? Rather than wake up at a messy home, right? So make it a habit. Every night before you go to bed, you can walk around and see is there any things that is not in its home. It's actually scattered everywhere that you put it back to its home.
Okay, I got a very interesting question from V. V asks, what if you want to keep the items not because of joy, but just simply you need to use it for the future?
Okay, yeah. So if that's the key word is need to use for the future, right?
Yeah.
So you need to ensure you will be using it for the future. So it's not just in case kind of thing. So you can still be confidently keep it. Yeah, that's not an issue. Just you need to ensure that you really use it, not something that just in case. Yeah. So, and then the 6 rules of KonMarie method. So the first one is commit yourself to tidying up. Commitment is very important. You need to start and you need to continue until you finish. Imagine your ideal lifestyle. So like, what is your ideal lifestyle? What kind of life you want to live in a space, in a neat and also a clean house, or you want to live in a cluttered and messy house? So your choice, what kind of lifestyle that you want to achieve. Finish discarding first. This is one of the reasons why many times people fail in their decluttering, organizing process, because while they're choosing this decluttering, like, they start to think, oh, where should I store this item? And while the home is still messy, cluttered, you won't have a space to store, so they'll feel give up because I will not able to finish it because I don't know where to store. But in KonMarie method is you just focus on choose what you want to keep first, finish the discarding first. Then later, after you have all the things that you want to keep, then you'll start to organize it to put it in each of the home items in the home. Yeah, tidy by category, not by location. Follow the right order. I'll show you what are the right orders, and ask yourself whether it sparks joy. So like the questions earlier, you really ask yourself whether it's something that brings joy to you if you keep it. But if it is something that you don't use it anymore and you're really not serving any purpose for you, why you keep it? Instead, you can share with other people, right? Yeah.
Oh
so
gosh, I'm giggling. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you answer this question.
Yeah, what's the first step in decluttering process, right? There is one question about this. So as mentioned earlier, the very first step is actually to choose what to keep. Okay, to choose what to keep. That's the very first step on decluttering. take out everything and choose what you want to keep. So like Marie Kondo say, remember that you are not choosing what to discard, but rather what to keep and keep things that bring joy to you.
I think V gave a follow-up comment to say, you know, I won't predict the future, but I believe I have a need for my cocktail dresses. So I just keep it. Is that considered KonMarie way?
If the things that you choose to keep, for example, the cocktail dress, something that bring joy to you when you look at it, you should keep it. Okay, but in other instance, for example, some people keep some clothing because that I will wear it when I slim down, for example. But when you look at that dress, you feel very stressed. Oh no, how to lose weight? I feel guilty. I feel bad. That kind of, then maybe you want to let go. Then, so next I'll go through the 5 categories. So what are the 5 categories? The first one is clothing. Second one is books, papers, komono. Komono is actually miscellaneous item, any item that not fall into these other 4 categories. The last one is sentimental items. So this is the order. So according to KonMarie method, this is the recommended order. Why? Because we start from the easier until the most difficult one category. Okay, so clothing is something that you wear every day, right? So it's easier for you to choose what area spark joy to you, what you want to keep, which one is comfortable for you. But on the other hand, sentimental items is something is really hard to choose what to keep, right? Because every time, like for example, letters or photos, every time you bring them up, a lot of past memory will actually come in. Then you will take a long time to choose what exactly you want to keep. So these are the order according to KonMarie method, which is you can follow. So komono items like kitchens can be fall into under the komono items category as well. Yeah. So there is a questions that we receive also, any practical tips for a person with ADHD? Okay, so I think KonMarie method is a very good method because it's tell us to do it by category. So for the ADHD, which is people with ADHD, right? You can actually start with clothing, and then you can further separate subcategory to start to do it. Make it small. So for example, today you start with shirts, shorts, and pants. Okay, so to make it small so that not too overwhelming. And another tips is probably, I think they need to have clear instructions. So another persons that we can do together with them will be better. And also avoid any distractions, remove any distractions, things while they are doing the decluttering, like handphone, for example, then remove them first. Yeah. So there is a question like, where should items of sentimental value go? So it really depends on what are the sentimental items. Okay. So different type of item, different way we store it. So like, for example, photos, letters, after you go through it, the suggestions normally I give is like, for example, you can get a very nice box to store the photo and letters in one box, very nice box. Of course, you need to choose first which are the items that you want to keep. And then the box, you may place it in the living room, in a bedroom, or anywhere that is spark joy to you. So that will be your sentimental box. So anytime you have time, you just want to bring it out and take a look, then you just take down the box and then have a look at all the sentimental items. So yeah, I hope this answers your questions. Okay, so next I have 2 videos to show you about folding, the KonMarie signature way of folding clothes. So I'll start the first one. So you can pull 2 sides into the center and make it as a rectangle way, and then further fold them up. Yeah, so this is the way Marie Kondo method of folding clothing. You can always refer to either my website or my social media for the video. I have several other videos that you can refer to. The next one is pants. Same. You fold it in 2, then fold in the excess part of the pants in, and then further fold it. So similar way, the concept is for everything in like rectangle way, and then rectangle shape, and then you can further fold to make it in this in the shed. Okay, so this is the photos of folded clothing which I want to share with you. So the KonMarie method, we store the folded clothing upright. So as you can see, what's the benefit of storing clothing in such a way is, first, in one glance you can see everything. Okay, you can see all your available shirts in one glance. Instead of comparing to the traditional way of folding clothing, you stack it up, you will not able to see what is below or in the middle of the clothing, right? The second benefit is actually when you take out the clothes, the shirts, for example, you won't mess up the remaining of the shirts. Yeah, so then that will be easier for you to maintain. So as you see, if this is a picture of the conventional way of folding, you stack it up and you will not able to see what is below the shirts, right? And once you want to pull it out, you will mess up the rest of the clothing. So I suggest you start to practice it after these sessions. Go ahead, practice it over the weekend, fold it in the KonMarie method, and then store it upright in this way. So this is another for children clothing. You can do the same approach as well.
There's a question from Ella. If you don't have enough drawers, then how are we going to organize, you know, if we don't have enough?
Yes, so this is a very common problem, okay, because sometimes the the designer actually design quite a lot all the shelf type, okay, rather than drawer type. So what you can do is make use of the boxes, okay, you can purchase from IKEA. Okay, so there's a small boxes that you can store the clothing in the boxes and then slot into the shelf cabinet. I have a pictures later to share similar item for the pantries item. I'll share that in the next pictures. So before we go to that, then maybe you have a question, or other than folded clothing, what about hanging, right? So for the hanging clothing, okay, we encourage to fold as much as you can, because that's optimize the space. For hanging clothing, right, you can, the very first thing normally I suggest to my client is matching hangers is very important. If you can see now, you look at your drawer, your wardrobe, are they having do you have the matching hangers? If different type of hangers, actually it's a very visual distractions. So it can get the matching hangers and then hang by type of the coat, right? Long sleeve, put it together, short sleeve, put it together, and then a different purpose, for example. So at least once you need today is cold weather, I need to wear a long sleeve. So you just focus on that area for the clothing that you need to choose. And then hang by length, longer items like sloping up to the right, to the shorter one. So visually, it will be more nice to see. So there are questions also asked, can the longer item on the right instead on the left? Is up to you. So it's up to your preference, whether on the left or on the right.
We can sort by colors.
Yes, color coding as well. Yes.
Okay.
So, okay, so this paper, I want to quickly go through this one because I found in Singapore, many people actually have the problem with paper. In your home, you have quite a lot of people actually. If you look at around your home now, you see a lot of paper scattered everywhere. So for paper, the rule for paper is actually you just discard everything except for these three categories. Okay, the first is the category is the paper that you have to deal with, like for example, letters, or that you need to take actions. Okay, so you need to keep it and remember to take actions. Okay, and then second is the important document like contract, insurance, policy. Those are the items that you need to keep, then you should keep them. The third category is document that spark joy to you. Like for example, seminar materials or colors, papers that it's really you want to keep just because it sparks joy to you. Keep it confidently, but just to ensure that you keep it because you spark joy, not keep it just in case. So I want to share what are the items that you may start to consider to discard them if you have a lot of them. The first one is bills and credit card statement. Why? What's the purpose of bill and credit card statement for us? It's information to us to let us know what we have spent, how much is due, and when is the due date, right? So once we open the letter, the bill and credit card statement, and we already know, we check, reconcile all the expenditure item, and we know how much we need to pay and when is the due date, then actually you can note it down or you can straight make a payment. After that, you can discard the bill statement already. You know, no point to keep them in the home, right? So That's one. User manuals. A lot of people are keeping a lot of user manuals. But actually today, everything you can find online. So you can actually just Google it if you don't know how to operate certain appliances that you bought for sometimes. So you can discard the user manuals. Another example is warranties card. Okay, warranties card actually have a validity date, right? So many times when we go through this, client will find, wow, the warranty card that from like 5 years ago, 10 years ago is still there. So actually they're encouraged to go through them periodically. For those that pass the validity date, then you can discard them. Okay, so now we come to more storage, right? So many people will say, I need to buy more storage boxes. I need to build more built-in cabinets so that I can store, can be organized. But actually that's not a solution. Many times I found my client or even my friend, they built a lot of built-in cabinets, and what they did is just throw in everything in the cabinet, close the door and take it as they organize. But in fact, everything is so messy and cluttered inside the cabinets. So actually, how do we organize is the solution. So the first approach is store it upright. Okay, so this is the drawer type, which is you can store it upright. Similar approach, you can do it for your pantry food item as well. As you can see in this picture, you store it upright, you can see what you have in your drawer, right? Rather than you stack it up, you won't be able to see what's exactly inside. And you can make use of boxes to store the small item, like packaged drink, Milo, for example. So you put it in an organized way. And on this is actually the medicines. Also commonly, I found a common is like mix the oral medicines and the cream medicines together. But actually the suggestion is to separate them. Don't put them all together, and store it upright as well, so you can see everything in one glance. Okay, so this is the questions earlier that someone asked about what if I don't have drawer, right? So we can make use of the boxes. So for example, this is the pantry shelf. I noticed that in Singapore, the design of the cabinet, majority people are, I don't know why, maybe the ID's design is this shelf type. And sometimes it can be designed very deep inside. And if you store something very deep inside, like earlier, there is one mentions that you don't see, you don't use, and you forget everything will be expired, right? So, so you can make use of small boxes like this basket, and you store those small items. Remember, store it upright, okay, so you can see everything in one glance, and then put it into the shelf. Okay, so remember, every time you need to use it, you just pull out the box, choose what you want to use, and then remember to put it back to the shelf. Okay, to put it back where it belongs, where its home is. So this is a solution for if let's say you don't have a drawer types cabinets. Okay, so the common problems why a home is cluttered or messy. So the first one is not enough storage spaces. This is very common. Don't know how to organize, another one. But do you realize that it could be also because you have too many things? It's not because you don't have enough storage spaces. It's not because you don't know how to organize, but simply because you have too many things that it becomes so cluttered and messy. So what is the solutions then for this issue? We need to discard them, right? But common reasons that I heard is like, oh, I can't discard it because in case I need to use it in the future. So this is a mindset of just in case. Many people keeping it just in case, or sayang. You sayang to throw away. It's waste for money, you know. I bought it with money. I don't want to throw it. Another is a gift from a friend. Okay, because it's from a friend, I cannot discard it because I feel very bad. I feel guilty because it's a kind thought from my friend to share or give the gift from me. Or it's a very expensive thing. So although they, some people, they don't use it, but because it's expensive, they keep it, okay? Another was normally clothing, I'll wear it when I slim down. So all of these are the common reason why we can't let go our things, although they are not serving the purpose to us anymore. So I kind is in conclusions, actually is because attachment to the past and fear for the future. Attachment to the past because you have the past memories that attach to the items, or you fear in the future that I need to use it just in case. So these are the common reasons why people are unable to let go of things. Okay, but actually to me is if let's say the thing doesn't serve any purpose to you anymore, it's good if you can let it go, give it to other people who may need to use it rather than keep it in the home and become a clutter in your home. So there's one question also that we receive, which is how should we handle gifts, right? In one of the questions. So for the gift is actually what I would suggest is once you receive the gift, right, immediately open it. Okay, don't leave it unopened unless you know what exactly is inside and you want to reuse it to send a gift to other people. Otherwise, you open it, because once you leave it unopened, you're forever unopened and then in the corner of your house. So immediately open it and then see the item. Is it something that you like? Is it something that you will use? If yes, the answer is yes. Use it immediately, take it out and use it, okay? But it is something that you don't like actually, and you will not use it, let it go, give it away, okay? I know some people will feel bad, or it's a gift I cannot give away, but think of it, if the items, every item serves a purpose, right? So if you just keep it and not using it, what's the purpose? That the item will not serve any purpose. Why don't we pass to another people who may need to use it and will make use of the items? So this is a few tips for gift, how we handle gift.
So nice. Floyd already gave a suggestion, you know, to sell in carousel.
Yes.
Good.
So how to let go with gratitude? So this is the a few options that you can consider for things that you actually not serving any purpose to you anymore. The first one, like what for is to sell it, for example, through carousel. Yeah, so then you can, in return, you can get some money and cash, right? So for those items is sellable, okay? How about the next is a donate, to give away, okay, to people who may use it, for example, Salvation Army. Olio mobile apps, I'm not sure whether you guys have heard of it. I'll share more in my next slide on the Olio mobile apps. Okay, so the third option, you can, if the item is really not sellable, it can't be used anymore, like torn or break, right? So broken, right? So you just need to throw, just need to let go. Why do you keep something that's already broken? Unless it's really a sentimental item for you. So to prevent, if you feel guilty or feel bad, right? Say thanks to the item. Thank you. You have bring the purpose, bring me the joy for the past, and then now I need to let you go. Say thanks to the thing, so then you'll feel better, I would say. Okay. So I want to share more about the Olio apps. Okay, items that you can use to donate or give away thing. So it's actually a global apps, but you can use it in Singapore as well. So this is the few example that item that I give away through Olio apps. It's actually quite similar to carousel, which is you take a photo and then you post it, and then someone who may need it actually will reach out to you and arrange a time, and that person will come and collect from your home, from your door. So like for example, these first two items are items that I gave away previously. So even the food item, so other than household item, food item, you also can donate or give away through this Olio app.
Amazing, so even food.
Yes.
Wow.
So this is the example from my friend. I recommended Olio app to her. Then one day she overbought the fried wonton. So she can't finish it anymore, but then she can't keep for the next day. So she posted and immediately someone requested and come and collect it. So she was very happy because that she don't waste the food.
Yeah, amazing. I don't know how many of us have heard the Olio app or even use it. Please type in the chat if you have.
Please type in the chat whether have you used it. Have you heard about this? So I really very recommend you guys to download this in the Facebook, in the Android or in the Apple apps. You can download them.
Very fast. Yeah, Chinky also says that Facebook has got a few recycle sites that we can also try. Hwee Ching, hi Hwee Ching. We'll give it a try. She said she'll give it a try.
The good part about this Olio app I like is you post it, the requester will actually come to your home and collect it from your doorstep. You don't have to really meet the person in the MRT station or the bus stop. So like sometimes you need to go out, you arrange the time and the person will actually, you just need to hang the items on your door and then the person will just collect it. Yeah, so this is very convenient. Okay. So maybe I go to the next one. What is the digital decluttering? I think there is a lot of questions about digital decluttering, right? So I added a few slides for digital decluttering as well. So these are the example of digital decluttering, which is computer desktop and digital documents and also mobile apps. So today with the more digital transformations, a lot of things actually go digitalized. So computer desktop, for example, have you ever thought of actually your computer desktop, right, this screen? It's actually same as your home desk that you're working desk. So if your working desk is messy, cluttered, you'll feel very pek-chek, right? So same as your computer desktop. If it's messy and cluttered, then you will feel like it's very difficult for you to search for your digital document and file. So what I would recommend is similar to document. Ask yourself, go through each of the document, whether this document you will need to use now to fulfill your job task. And second question is whether do you need this document to be used in the future. If both questions answer are no, then it means you can actually discard them, discard the file, drag it to the trash bin. Okay, so because if you're not using now, you're not using for the future, where do you keep them? Okay, so for the items file that important, you should keep them, group them in a subfolder, file them in a subfolder, so it won't it's very cluttered and messy. Yeah, so this is a way you can do decluttering for your digital files or documents. Okay, so for the mobile apps, mobile is something that we use every day, and I noticed that many times we actually download different apps just to try it out. After that, just leave it there. So probably you can start to declutter it as well. Go through each of the apps, ask yourself whether do you need the apps or whether are you using them. If the answers are no, then you should delete them, because too many apps, too many notifications, too many distractions, and you tend to forget what is your username and password. So start to do it, and in mobile apps, you can also to group them in a folder, a subfolder as well. Okay. So I come up with this. This is the last slide of the benefit of tidying up to wrapping up these total things. But don't leave first, because we have a quiz time later. Yeah, I think we didn't mention that in the earlier, so we have a quiz time later. So the benefit of tidying up is you're reassessing your belongings, identify what really matters to you, clarify your value in life, and the very important mindfulness in future purchase. Because if after you go through everything in the home, you'll know that actually what do you have. So you won't go out and purchase extra things. So to some cases, it's because you don't know you already have this thing in at home, then you buy it and you realize that you have too much of that specific item. So of course, KonMarie method, the ultimate benefit is to create a joyful life. Yep. Okay, so I hope you guys find it useful. And yeah,
those who stayed, if they're gonna benefit. So quiz time, and so there'll be prizes for winners. Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, so is there any questions?
I think I tried to incorporate as many questions as possible already. Let's do with the quiz first.
Okay, so now is the quiz time. So I have three questions.
Yeah.
Get ready to type your the answers in the chat box. And we will have a prize for each of the quiz that if you answer it correctly, and the first person who answer it correctly, and
first
the prize,
correct answer.
Yes, correct answer. And the first correct answer. So the prize is actually you will have a free 1 hour home organizing consultations services from me, a free 1 hour. So you can choose it to do it physically or to do it online. So if to do it physically, normally my sessions is minimum 3 hours. So then it means you have a free 1 hour. Okay, so if you choose to do it online, then we can set up a Zoom for 1 hour for free for you to do consultation. You can ask me any questions, anything, and I can do the help you to organize as well. And
then they can just take the camera and scan around the house and show you the items, so you can give advice on the spot. Yay! Wonderful. Yeah. Good.
So maybe we start with the first question.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay, so please, what are the 5 categories of KonMarie method in the right order?
Okay, so please type in the chat. Please type in the comments. Yep. The 5 categories, just write in the order. The first correct entry you would get, and even if you win and you don't need it, you can always gift it to someone. I think that's all very good. Yeah, 5 categories. So which are the 5 categories that Martini spoke about, and starting with which one first. I was trying to remember just now when you were showing the slides. So type in the chat, yeah, try and figure out what were the 5. Just give it a go. Yeah, let's see. What were the 5 categories in the right order? Whoa. They're very nice.
Jane.
Wow, Jane, you are good. You are fast. Clothes, books, paper, kimono, and sentimental being the last one. And then Grace also had that. Same order. And then V says miscellaneous. Same order, and then also miscellaneous before sentimental. Why Lung also said but Wai Lung said clothes, books, bills, documents, sentimental. Okay, so I think he missed the kimono category. Wait, hang on. Grace, you say kimono. Is that correct?
No, it's kimono.
It's kimono. No, I'm just teasing you, Grace. Yeah. So, okay, the lucky winner is?
The lucky winner is Jane.
Okay, Jane. Jane, you're the lucky winner. All right. Please reach out. Congratulations. Please reach out to Martini. And then, yeah, thanks. Let's all give our reactions to Grace. Very, very good. Yeah, I'm giving her applause.
Yes.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you.
So we'll go to the
Jane. Give applause to Jane. Sorry, Jane. Yes.
Okay.
Don't say it wrongly. Next one.
Next one. What is the mobile app that Martini has recommended for donating or give away things?
Wow. This is very fast. I think we got to give it so good. Okay, everybody got your answer right. Is Olio, and Hwee Ching was the fastest fingers. Right? Is it correct? Yeah.
Hwee Ching. Yes.
Martini. Yeah. So thank you so much for everyone to who have a go at the contest. Very good. Right answer is Olio. Okay, so winner is Hwee Ching. Yeah.
Yes.
Hwee Ching. Very nice.
Last question. So now we'll come to the last question. Be ready with your keyboard.
Yeah, keyboard
what
answers.
Is Martini's home organizing service company name?
Quick type. Yeah, hurry up. Quick type. So nice. Wow, we got Berlinda, we got V, we got Mary. So what do you think, Martini?
Berlinda.
Huh? Berlinda, yeah, you are the lucky winner for the 3rd question. All right, minimize with joy. Wait, hang on. And she even got the spelling right. Yes. She got the spelling right. Wow. Yeah, with the Z. I got it wrong too because I put it as the S, and then Martini had to remind me. Eileen, I think mine is with the Z. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so the 3 winners, right? We got Jane for the first question, Hwee Ching for the second one, and then we've got Berlinda, for the 3rd one. Thank you so much. Yeah, very nice. Cool.
Yeah. So how for them to contact me? You guys can contact me directly. Okay. So here is my contact. So thanks everyone. So my contact, you can reach out to me through my social media or my website, which is there is a contact form you can fill up and reach out to me, which is www.minimisewithjoy.com, or FB and Instagram is minimisewithjoy. Yeah. So nice. I hope you guys can go into the Facebook or Instagram to follow me. So normally I will share a lot of tips on organizing and also upload some videos as well. So you can actually get more information from there as well. Yeah. So just to say the last thing is a KonMarie method is about creating a joyful life, not just organizing your home. So that's really the essence of the KonMarie method. And I really hope today the sessions is really helpful for you guys to find it helpful. So yeah, thanks a lot, Eileen, for this opportunity.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Okay, so if you can stop share, I just have two more slides to share with everyone. And just want to thank all the lucky winners. And I can see all of you here in Zoom congratulating the lucky winners. Do come back, with when we run the next few sessions, because we want to feature, individuals who have walked a very successful career journey, and success means different things to different people. So don't compare yourself with anyone. Any story is a good story, all right? And then I have a very soft spot for entrepreneurs as well, or any one of you who is thinking of starting a / career, what they call hobby business, right? Hobby business, or it could be a side gig. But I want to encourage, that the future of work is such that we are going to see many people taking on different personas. We're going to be, John one day, and then maybe John Tan another day, at night or something. I mean, you still maintain yourself, but you're taking on different roles. So going forward is a gig economy. It's really picking up. Employers, on the other hand, are also bringing on, contract hires and part-time hires as well, because it seems to be a very nice contingency workforce that gives a good solution, to their expanding need as well. So, do consider that. So Martini actually came on board, and she answers so many of our questions, right? / career. I have one burning question to ask Martini. How long did it take before you, consider this as a / career?
Okay, so actually I started figuring out what exactly I want to do for my / career. Actually, I took around 2 to 3 months time. When I came across this / career term, right, I'm very keen and interested. I want to have a side income, supplemental income as well. So then I start to think of, what exactly the skill set that I have from my interest or hobby that I can create a value to other people who actually need my value, and actually willing to pay money for the value that I can provide to them. So I took around 3 months because then I started to take out the certification course as well, and also set up my company.
Can I ask if you have met your ROI?
I think yes.
I think you have, right? Yeah, pay off, the cost you invested in your certification fees, and your time and everything else, right? Advertisement,
Yes, and set up the website as well.
Yeah, there's a question from Chenki though. How do you manage your time, juggling between your full-time job and your / career? Very valid question.
Yes. So my full-time job, I'll focus on my full-time job is Monday to Friday. Okay, so that's the time that I told myself I need to focus, no distraction, so that I can be productive and then accomplish as much task as possible. And then I only do my part-time of my / career on the weekend. So I provide this service only to only during the weekend. So every time a client contact me, I will tell them, I do this as a side job, so I only can provide on the weekend. Would that be okay for you? So most of them are very supportive. They say okay, because majority are working professional as well. They are busy on the weekdays, so they can have time on the weekend. So then in the weekday evening time, that I'll spend my time do the administrative stuff and also reply inquiry from leads of people who reach out to me. So that's how I segregate my time, and I really have to still focus on my full-time job one hand, and then I can do things that I really enjoy on the weekend. So it's kind of balance for me.
I noticed your full-time job is a project manager. And one thing project managers are very good is they're very well organized with time. So they can multitask, right? So you're really a clear living example. Ella asks in the chat where to get the KonMarie certification.
Okay, so you can go to konmari.com. Okay, so there is one section called consultation. So consultant, so where you can apply for the online course. So actually I attended this course online because of pandemic. So they have this course do it online. It's a 3 days course. So before pandemic, they actually only allow physical. You need to fly to US or UK to attend the course, certification course. So yeah, you can find out more through the Marie Kondo website, konmari.com. Yeah.
That is so fortunate that, yeah, this is some good things do come out from that, pandemic. Yeah, some good things. Okay. Yeah. So I think what's important is, thanks so much for your generous sharing, and also advising and encouraging others to also maybe consider, right? Because, just like any other profession, even if we come in offering freelancing services and you find that there are other competitors also offering similar freelancing services, what I can say to encourage all of you is that over time you will discover your own brand. You will, and then you cannot be serving the whole world. Can you imagine the whole world home organizing needs only come to one person? Is a bit tough unless you have a full company, and even then there's never a monopoly. There's always many competitors as well. So don't worry, go forward, find your own brand, discover yourself. You will attract the customers who like you and also the supporters who like you as well. That's so cool. I think the audience have been so engaging. Just want to make sure that, give us your feedback. And also we have, the next event that is coming up as well. On the 11th of March, we're going to be talking about career conversation. This one is, is organized by Workforce Singapore, but I thought I'll just share here. So, do join our mailing list if you have not joined our mailing list, but take the survey so that we know, right, whether you like events like this, what other events you want us to consider. But, if you have celebrated individuals and they feel a bit shy to talk about themselves, yeah, just send them to us. So we'll give that encouragement. Yeah. Okay. Parting words from Martini. Any other parting words to everybody here?
Okay. So to me is because I found quite a lot of people interested about /career. So I really encourage you to find out more. I mean, like start to think of what are the skills or interests that you have and start to explore it. Start with the first step and eventually you will land it with somewhere, which is either you'll learn something or get something, right? So, and then home organizing, keep your home clean and decluttered is a very good for impact to your life and your mind as well. Like Marie Kondo's one quote is declutter your home, declutter your mind, and declutter your life.
So punchy, so cool. All right. Thank you everyone for staying on and we wish you a very good weekend ahead. So all the best, everybody, until the next episode. See you then. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Have a good 2022. Bye.
Bye.